So tulikuwa tumefika level ya kusema like kujiuliza, are we really in this because of the baby or are we really in this because we love each other?
Yeah. Because also our dating period was so tiny. I think it was less than 6 months. And then the pregnancy happened. You see. So now we are here. Ni kama mna date mkikuwa wazazi, mkikuwa married and all that. It was mixture of many. It was a cocktail of life happening. And so 2017 now it's when we decided to do ndoa.
Okay.
So ndoa, it's a premarital
class.
But they have enrich. So enrich, it's for people who have been together for more than 6 months. Maybe staying even together, not necessarily married. And you want to do a class to know like
how to do marriage well. And then they have the other one called Quest.
For people who are not married.
People who are not married but they're engaged to be married or they're looking forward to get married. So they had those two classes. So I like the fact that this was very dynamic for me. The fact that like the church would acknowledge that there are people who are in church who live with each other and are not married. That was profound. Because you see, and I like that bit of us as a church not being ignorant of the fact that
like life happens.
That life there are people out there who are living life in a certain way. Tuache kuassume ati kila msi ako hapa congregation. Everybody here. Nobody is cohabiting. Kuna wase wako church wana cohabit, lakini juu anaogopa kujulikana, hata maybe hata mjuaji wanaongeleshanaga pale ka strangers, lakini kila mtu anaingia na route yake. Yes. So instead I'm not saying that church should entertain, because I also know it's not in line of what they want to preach. But let's not ignore the fact that they are there. And so when they are there, bring them, as in this is a hospital, you say that let them know that they have a place in the kingdom. And then when ukiwaleta hapa karibu, now teach them. Because if that option was not there, if tungeenda tuambiwe premarital class is only for people who are engaged to be married, nyinyi wengine but the fact that we were given kulifunguliwa a doorway tukaambiwa by the wale wako married na kama mmekuwa mkiishi pamoja for 6 months, come. And so when we went there, what were we done? We were told that you guys are doing now we were taught. You see, we were taught how to do marriage the godly way. So couples that are there and kuna vitu zenye zinafaa kufanywa in the godly manner, it was more like aligning. Ni kama vile sasa kuna kunde will balancing, will aligning. So unaenda unafanywa aligning now towards the kingdom. The kingdom way of marriage, because maybe umulingia in the worldly way. Now in the kingdom way of marriage, now you're able to be taught. So as we did that, ilitusaidia sana even getting to hear other couples tell their stories.
And also we found mentors from there, like now Pastor Emmanuel, who has really
Mavuno Church. We did actually in Mavuno Church. We didn't mention Mavuno Church.
They have the program
downtown,
downtown. So we did ndoa, and now you just think, because for us I think also we never really knew. For me, I didn't know why I act the way I do or why he acts the way he do. I didn't know my personality. So these are things we did now then. Like now I got to understand, Sam is a flag sanguine, so that's why he talks too much. And he's also volunteers himself, he takes his time. I'm a choleric, that's why I always want to be in control and just like, why is this not happening, And now you also being aware, it helps you kind of even
interact with each other.
And not overreact. And also extend grace to the other person. If na push sana, and extend their grace, and like
vice versa.
So that happened. It was now, for me, I would say now that was the beginning of now doing marriage, like now aware of what marriage is and how to do it. But even then, I wouldn't say that it was easy.
It wasn't. I remember even there are times in between door, we would go, tunaenda ndo tunajuza sasa tunaenda ndo kufanya nini. Already you are hata mko pamoja on the same page. Bado tuko drama, and then you are like, I remember kuna moja tulikuja the river. Tulienda kila msi tunaenda ndoa class. Remember we are going to work on our marriage. The devil yani shetani upigana na marriage sana. Tunaenda on our marriage, but hata mpelekani amuongeleshe yani. Tukifika kule, things got solved and we are able now to go back. And so there's a lot of war inakuaga shetani na marriage anajua it's one institution that really fights. And so for us that has been one thing that we've been praying about and making us a priority of knowing how do we build this marriage to be better. We are not perfect. I wouldn't want to lie that we are, but God perfects us.
Wow. So maybe you can ask, what is that one thing that you learned from Ndoa classes that you still apply to your life now, na it's still relevant? Because most people wanasemanga, I've heard people say that Ndoa really hawakulearn anything from it. It's just a process that chachio imeweka na lazima ufuate, so they have no choice. But hakuna kitu wanaweza sema wali gain from it. So is there that one thing you unaweza sema you apply in your marriage from your Ndoa classes?
Maybe I can. For us, the program with Mavuno, one thing I liked is that they have a book, they have a guide,
a manual,
a book that you buy. So we still have our Ndoa books, by the way. So with the books, iko na topics. Unaona, so mta discuss finances, mta discuss personality. So for me, personality was an eye opener. Because for me, I think that had really taken a lot of us fighting because now I didn't understand him as a person and his personality and vice versa. So that, and then the slogan was work on you, pray for them. So every time before I attack him, like nowadays I just go through the whole conversation with myself before, because again it was like more of muna fight unfair sana, because hata kuna hiyo like fighting fair and fighting the problem, not each other. So for me, I think like I pray for him now, in as much as it's not yet there. Kuna bado sometimes utakuja and you're just like apana, we have to, but still, even with that, it's no longer like the way we used to fight kitambo. And I would even say marriage is sweeter when you're more in it. That's what I keep saying, because I keep saying the past 2 years, 2020, 2021, I would say I've really enjoyed our marriage even before the years before. Yeah, so I feel like it's pray for, work on you, pray for others. So you're constantly working on yourself, understanding me as V, my personality, and why I do the things the way I do. So sasa najuanga I don't have to be too hard on him, because maybe I shouldn't act, and you think before you act now. And that's why you're fighting fair.
I'd say I think it's Ndoa or premarital class. As Via said, it depends with what situation are you going through before sometimes. And this maybe would have worked. This is maybe very practical with us because we're already in it. For those ones who are not in it, that they are doing maybe something like Quest, who are engaged to be married, maybe they are the people you would ask and say, what did Ndoa do for you? They are like, Bisioni. But let me just say this, it's Ndoa prepares you, it gives you a torch in a broad daylight. So what they feel is like, I have a torch na kuna mwangaza, so itumia nini. But what them they are not thinking about, that person who's saying that yaoni kimsaidia, is that darkness is gonna come at one point. And when darkness comes, if you didn't have this torch, you're done. I can't say anything more.
No, I'm
done.
Sorry.
I'm done. No, it's done. It's actually done.
But it was very deep.
It's actually done.
So by the way, what will you guys say that keeps your marriage going?
Well, God. In a lot of him, because aki marriage is not easy, but also like I thank God for a husband who listens, who like Sam is always there, and that's why I keep saying, like, even the reason as to why, like some are wrong, by the way, so a lot wa kubishana. I'm wrong, I accept, niko wrong, and then I feel like us pia tuliget, because kwa hiyo ndoa bado there was sijui ilikuwa inaitwa aje, there's a season where we went for like a date, and then you had to say all your past things that you know that can affect you now in marriage.
That was intense.
So like now I feel like I know him. I know his deepest secrets. This guy Naeza Kuanika kwa Edgar Obare, Shanghai. But I think your openness, because for women I think we really look for just be open with me. Niambie tu kweli hata kama ni ugly aje. Nijuange. I think it's easier dealing with the truth than dealing with lies. So I think your two openness of we have been open with each other since day one, no matter how hard sometimes it gets, and the truth sometimes, no matter how much it hurts, we keep on like
unmasking the skeletons
with each other. And I feel like that has really helped. And God, we pray. We are people of prayer. We are people of faith.
We pray.
People of faith. We really pray for our marriage. Again, it's not any life ni ups and downs. Kuna season umeomba, umekuwa mtu wa kanisa, umekuwa, you know,
and then
life happens, una feel I don't know the last time I read the Bible, you know, but I think we keep going back.
I think we keep reminding ourselves like tunaweza kaa kidogo, and then one of us, God anawamuongelesha na by the way mtakuwa mkifanya holy communion mtakuwa your quiet time with God. So and it comes, and then we prompt each other, hey, we need to be praying. Hey, we've not been reading the word. So we've tried our very best to keep at it that we Christ remains the centerpiece of this house. That whenever we need any help, we run to him. I think for me, even that bit is one bit that we also learned with Ndoa. The fact that we've been told that work on me, pray for them, shows that prayer is everything. So if you both pray, and as you work on yourself, then imagine now if I have a weakness and V is praying for me as she's working on herself. So me, as I'm working on herself, her prayers, zenye ameambiwa pray for them, inanisaidia ku work on me, and vice versa. So I feel like hizo vitu zinasaidia. As we also did a triangle, call it a love triangle, and yes, even if it doesn't mean the same love triangle that it means, this is not an Illuminati sign. So what happens is, these are my fingers. So here, I know this is wife, this corner.
Wife, husband, God.
Yes.
Wow. So if we all focused on God, then we connect with each other more.
Yes, and you see how this line goes, So the closer we go up, if this is a husband and this is a wife, as we all go up, as we focus on God, we are coming closer to each other. I don't know whether it's making sense with my fingers, but that's the thing. I was trying to make sure siangali na jicho moja isikae nika mimi Jay-Z. So but that's the thing.
I feel like we should drop the mic and end it here, man. Been too deep, man.
Thanks.
Nuggets. But before we go, like to what would you advise someone who is going through doubts? They want to start the process, or they want to settle down together, but they're going through doubts. Maybe families are not agreeing, things are basically not working according to them, finances. So they're basically doubting the process, like it's not meant for us. Let's just cohabitate. How would you advise?
Do Ndoa.
Ndoa helps for real.
Yeah.
But for me, I would say, especially as we cut. Oh, so sorry guys, it's us again. Yeah. So for me, I would advise. Okay. So for me, one, it's not, I feel like marriage in general, whether you go whichever way you choose, because again kuna tutu wanachuzingi come we stay, and that's a choice. And for me, I'm not the one to judge. Mi bora the person is good, like character yo mtu iko poa. Because whether you do it, okay, for me, I wouldn't advise our process if it's not for you. You get what I mean? Because even us, it's not like we wanted that process of becoming parents first, then marriage, then all these things. But I would say involve God, a lot of God, because I think God is the author. It's not like I know God is the author of marriage. He knew before you were formed in your mother's womb, so he has a plan for you, and he says it's a good plan. So you just have to trust in that plan, even when it seems like it's not making sense. Because for us, for our process, I feel like sometimes it's the hardest, and I'm sure even as we will continue watching more stories from different couples in your channel, I know even some people have gone through worse. There are people who marry and the husband dies. there are people, any marriage, it's just a lot for everyone, and different stories tell, like some keep saying people are walking stories, and so I don't know how your story will unfold, so nobody knows about tomorrow. So for me, I would say what you're worried about now won't matter next year. Marriage is just an occasion, like Pastor Emmanuel told us, like, because he's the one who now kind of helped us, prayed for us for our marriage and everything, now to like kind of officiate, which we are still planning for a very big wedding, which you might be invited, our viewer. But I would say, like, just know what really matters. Is it the event? Is it your in-laws? Ama your husband? Because for me, we have gone through it worse. Story for another day about Russia and traditions. It's been tough. You know, like tough. Sometimes I look at this guy, I'm like, you're not even trying. You're supposed to be the man. You know. But at some point, I had to sit and think. So Russia happened, and when you wanasemanga, like, as humans, we always want more and more and more. True. Right now, we are complaining, but what we have right now, we once prayed for. And we thought maybe when we got it, we would be happier. So maybe I think when we do that big wedding, I'll be happier. But shock on you, you will always want more and more. So I think it's sometimes pausing and thinking, who is more important? It's you and your husband, or your husband to be. So can you focus on that? Don't focus on the external factors, like your in-laws, your parents, and the wedding, and the budget, and the finances. It's you too. Just find a way of making it work for you. Create a happy life for both of you. Everything else, by the way, doesn't really matter. Like you did a wedding, Danji. You did a wedding. So right now, has it made it easier to go through the struggles of life just because you did an occasion? You see? So it's about choosing each other no matter what, you know, and focusing on what's important. Because most people, like, we're in wedding industry, unasikianga watu wamespend millions. And then you find your fiance cheated on you before your wedding. Kuna watu tumesikia wameachwa kwa altar. At the end of the day, just build a story that will make you very proud. And when you are pale mwisho, you will look back and say, I truly created a life that was worth living with this guy of mine. At the end of the day, I think it's the ending, not the beginning. So don't focus on hapa, on mbele, and then choose what is important. Yeah.
How do you say anything after that?
You say something.
No, something.